my only point is that sometimes, I mean, I think there's kind of this thought in American culture.
Yes.
That you got to play until you get
You're
fired, till you're fired or you're done, or
you just burn out.
Yeah, or somebody else ends it. And I think really, I think you ought to go out on top. I think the time to retire is after national championship. Yeah, I've made it to the top. I'm gonna call it a day. I'm taking what I got and going to the house. Everybody else says, but you could win another championship. Nah, I don't think so.
The thrill isn't as good as getting there once.
I could, but I've been there, done that. I'm gonna call it a day. And one of these assistant coaches now can win a championship.
Yeah.
Build a program if that's what you're at.
Now,
I don't think you have to. I don't think you have to play until you get a losing season.
No. Now in my life, I have been on teams that have taken the fast road to the championship, and I've had to do the build process.
Right.
And honestly, it's the great elation of getting to the top, but I've enjoyed the quick process and the long process.
Right.
Honestly, one of my favorite teams of all time I've ever coached, and I think it's still probably my favorite, was the girls basketball team my junior year, the junior high girls basketball team my junior year of high school.
Yeah.
That is still my favorite, honestly, to this day.
Who's the coach? That was
Heather Clark.
Heather Clark, yeah. You told me about that.
Yeah, that's honestly still my favorite team.
Yep.
And for some reason, Philip, I don't know why, that is still my favorite team I've ever coached.
Oh, yeah.
I guess it was just the bond of all of us.
Mm-hmm.
I had a team full of little sisters to look after, though, too. I had Heather as a big sister type, and here I am just kind of playing the big brother.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, great teams that you bond with and you love, and maybe even if they don't win the championship, you still love that team, I loved my my ninth grade team, my ninth grade junior high team. I loved those guys. We grew up together. We played together. It was a great team. And then, the high school team my junior year was my favorite. Was my favorite high school team.
Like Bear Bryant always said, the 54 Aggie team was his favorite team. They only won one game.
Right.
But it was one of those things, though, too, where every week they were in ball games. They just found new ways to lose, and they just kept sticking
Right.
to it, though.
Right. I just really my junior year in high school, I just really enjoyed those guys. Cliff Scherer, Dell Schoolfield, Bruce Bush, Chris Gann.
Oh yes.
They were just great guys to spend time with.
Now it's like me and my coaching career and stuff like that in my life. It's like the circle of life always came back to me, though, too. How many coaches' kids did I end up ever coaching? I coached a few.
Right.
I coached Joe's son Jake in basketball.
Right.
Cliff. I've coached all three of Cliff's kids.
Right.
I've coached Hillary, Maddie, and Zane in football and basketball. This is how ironic and this is how old I am. And this is the irony. This is the weirdest irony of my entire life, though, too. 25 years ago, I'm in Paula Shear's first grade class. She was pregnant with Maddie. And then years later, little did I realize, 14 years later, I'd be coaching Maddie as a basketball coach.
Yeah.
That's the perfect... The irony of it is, though, too, it's just so much irony now. It comes back around again and again and again.
People have kids, they grow up, they're teenagers before you know it. When you start out at the age of 20, you're still young by the age of 35, but now they're 15, 16 years old.
Yeah.
They're playing high school football.